Delighted to introduce you to Brooke, who's the brand ambassador. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Tell me a bit about how you got involved with this brand and your background, because I know you've got an interesting background in fashion.
Yes, it started actually at a very young age. From about 3, I was obsessed with fashion to the point that I completely ruined my mother's wardrobe. And then by 16, I started making outfits, and I was hired by a couple of bands to travel around the UK and front functions and things. And I started making stage costumes, and it developed from there. And as a singer, I used to go in whatever costume I wore, I made, because I couldn't find anything that I wanted. So I fell in love with it, and I actually wanted to learn how it properly you could put clothes together, studied it, and then I did a lot of shoots. So again, very slimming on the legs.
And describe that fabric. It's very sort of lightweight and it flows. It
is. It's very cool. I mean, it's something you're going to be wearing in more the autumn, winter season, so completely on trend at the moment. And just as much as we've been enjoying some lovely weather recently, it is going to get colder.
Now, I noticed this.
Echo is one of my favourite brands because I'm a hopeless romantic, and it's the most romantic accessory range. It was created on wedding day 1923. The Hymans, they got together on their wedding day. Not only did they sign a marriage licence, I'm thinking about this all the time because I'm getting married in October. Okay. So I'm thinking, right, it's quite scary, you're going to have to sign up for a marriage licence. On the same day, they signed a business licence, so they're going to not only live together and work together.
Oh, it could have all gone horribly wrong.
What are the trends going to be like for autumn, winter coming up now, do you think? What are we going to be wearing?
Well, actually, I'm going to go back to this just briefly, because Stella McCartney, she's just done her range, and the Milan show was amazing. And Paisley, it's all about Paisley.
Is it?
Gwyneth Paltrow's just been seen out and about, and she's always wearing that. She's kind of bringing that back in, so I think it's going to be a bit more of a 70s feel. There is a movement towards a lot of feminine clothing, and we're going more for feminine styles, hence why I've got the nice sort of trim detail. Ruffles will be good as well. So
we're going back to ruffles.
Going back to ruffles. So they've been missing, I think, from the wardrobe. So if you've still got yours, you know,
bring them back out
Bring them back out again. With a classic, as they started in scarves all those years ago. And this is a real vintage style. We're looking at 60s. If we spread out, you can see.
Isn't that amazing? Because you say vintage style, and I go, I'm so out with my, you know, because I see dots, I think, oh, that's kind of modern and printed. But vintage style in terms of...
Well, actually, Sarah, I think this is quite 60s.
It goes, but
it is a very modern feel.
Yeah, like Mary Quant kind of...
Exactly, exactly. But then everything with a scarf, I always think is a bit vintage, because I always think Grace Kelly and that sort of glamour of it. Hello, I'm Brooke Burfitt, and I have actually travelled around quite a bit. I grew up in Australia, then I moved to France. I finally came to England, and I studied at UCL, and my degree was in economics and Russian. And I get asked all the time if it's because I've got family that are Russian, or so. It's actually nothing as logical as any of that. It's because my favourite film is The Spy Who Loved Me. Roger Moore, and I wanted to be so badly, still do, the Bond girl Anya Amzova, and so I learnt Russian to be a bit more like her. It was only yesterday when I was Googling to try and find out something about myself that I looked up. The actress is Barbara Bach, and she's American, so it was a wasted degree. But I've now got a nice student debt to pay off because of that. So I'm joined by Sam, just come out of Dead Cat. It's all very exciting as people are leaving the screen. So you've just watched it. Is this the first time you've watched your picture?
No, I think I've watched it about 652 times.
Does it get better each time?
It's really nice watching it with an audience.
There was a bit of hesitation there about his own film.